What we're beginning to see is the leading edge of a real change here in terms of the industry and the way it's using digital information and digital technology to address its key challenges.
Hi, I'm Lucy Ellis, Senior Editor at Scrip, and I'm here at Bio Europe in Berlin, and I'm joined by Barlow, the CEO of e-Therapeutics. So thanks for joining me, Ray.
Hi Lucy, nice to meet you.
Could you talk a bit about how e-Therapeutics fits in within the innovation space within pharma?
Certainly, yeah. So e-Therapeutics are pioneers of a technique called network-driven drug discovery. And essentially what this is a combination of sophisticated computational tools underpinned by an expertise in network biology. And what, the core of our business proposition is actually trying to find new and better drugs in a more efficient and effective way. And we're doing that using the combination of informatics, biology and chemical knowledge.
And how has the industry's use of these kind of technologies changed within the last few years?
Well, I think it's getting more and more prevalent. I think the industry is waking up to a couple of facts. Firstly, for example, in the area we're focusing in the drug discovery space, the model is broken. The number of molecules that are being produced and the cost of producing those molecules, is getting to a point which is not sustainable within the current, economics of the industry. I think there's a realization that we can use information and data to drive better decisions around development. I think it's an information that can be used to understand how patients actually can form and respond to treatments in the real world. Yeah. So I think that what we're beginning to see is the leading edge of a real change here in terms of the industry and the way it's using digital information and digital technology to address its key challenges.
And along those lines then, what more can still be done in that space, and how does e-Therapeutics fit in?
Yeah. Well, e-Therapeutics couldn't do what it's doing today 4 years ago because we've been spending a period of time now getting the data in a form we can actually use, cleaning that up, building the algorithms, building the intelligence that we need to actually interrogate, the biology that we're trying to address. So I think that you'll see more developments in that area. I think you'll see the application of artificial intelligence into various areas in the drug discovery and development value chain. I think you'll see more focus on informatics in terms of genomics, into other elements of the information sciences and how that drives the overall drug discovery and development process, and also into the clinic itself.
What should companies be thinking about when they're looking to use these kind of new technologies?
Okay, so I think they should need to start with the end in mind in terms of what's the problem that they're trying to address. And what we're trying to do with e-Therapeutics is actually take biological insight and then use that insight using sophisticated computational tools to create new chemical entities. So if your challenge is I want to speed up the drug discovery process, I want to produce molecules which will have a different impact in terms of preclinical and clinical results, then we're in the right space to address that. But I think you really have to ask yourself as a company enter into this area, what's the problem that you're trying to address? What information, what data do you have to hand, what technologies do you have access to, but how do you use this new generation of technology and capability to actually to solve the problem you're trying to solve? Yeah.
And to summarise then, what are your predictions for the wider industry and their use of this technology looking further ahead?
Yeah, well, I think that we're at the leading edge. My personal view, having been in the industry for 20 plus years, is that this will be an enabling set of tools for the industry. It's not going to do away with good scientific innovation. It's going to enable that innovation. It's going to enable skilled scientists to do their job better. I think that it will begin to address some of the productivity challenges and the innate inefficiency of the overall drug discovery process, which is 12 years from patent to launch, which is $2.6 billion from concept through to market, and which has got a terrible attrition rate. I think it will begin to address those elements, and we're really excited to be part of that new wave of companies coming through that can hopefully bring a solution to these challenges.
Great. Well, thanks for coming to speak to us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Okay.